For too long, we've been told that less is more. We've been encouraged to embrace minimalism, to strip our homes bare. But what about those of us who crave vibrancy? What about those who find joy in surrounding themselves with things they love? This is where maximalism comes in. Maximalism is an approach to design that celebrates abundance. It's about embracing color, pattern, and texture. It's about creating spaces that are bursting with life and personality. Maximalism is not about clutter, it's about curation. It's about carefully selecting pieces that speak to your soul and arranging them in a way that feels both cohesive and exciting. A maximalist home is a reflection of the people who live there. It's a space where every object tells a story. It's a space that invites you to relax, unwind, and be yourself. Stepping into a well-designed maximalist space is an experience. Your senses come alive. Your eyes dart from one captivating detail to another. You might find yourself running your hand over a richly textured tapestry or admiring the intricate patterns on a vintage rug. Each element contributes to the overall symphony of the space. This creates a sense of depth and dimension that is both intriguing and inviting. If you're ready to break free from the constraints of minimalism and embrace a bolder, more expressive way of living, then maximalism might be for you. It's time to ditch the rulebook and let your personality shine through. Let's dive into the world of maximalist decor and discover how you can transform your home into a vibrant reflection of your unique style. Get ready to create a space that is as bold and beautiful as you are. Color is the lifeblood of maximalist design. Don't be afraid to go bold. Embrace rich, saturated hues that evoke joy and energy. Think jewel tones like emerald green, sapphire blue, and ruby red. These colors can be used on walls, furniture, textiles, and accessories. Don't be afraid to mix and match different colors within a space. The key is to create a sense of balance and harmony. Patterns are another essential element of maximalist decor. They add visual interest and depth to a space. Mix and match different patterns, such as florals, geometrics, and iCats. You can layer patterns on top of each other or use them in contrasting ways. For example, you could pair a bold floral wallpaper with a striped rug. The key is to experiment and find combinations that you love. Texture is the secret ingredient that brings maximalist design to life. It adds another layer of sensory experience to a space. Incorporate a variety of textures through textiles, furniture, and decorative objects. Think plush velvet sofas, woven tapestries, and carved wooden bowls. Don't be afraid to mix and match different textures to create a space that is both visually and tactilely appealing. When layering colors, patterns, and textures, it's important to consider the overall mood you want to create. Do you want your space to feel cozy and inviting? Or do you prefer a more vibrant and energetic vibe? Once you have a clear vision, you can start to experiment with different combinations until you achieve the desired effect. Remember, there are no rules in maximalism. The most important thing is to create a space that feels authentic to you. One of the most exciting aspects of maximalist decor is the freedom to mix and match furniture and accessories from different eras and styles. This eclectic approach creates a sense of history and personality. Don't be afraid to pair a vintage velvet sofa with a mid-century modern coffee table or an antique Persian rug with a contemporary art piece. When choosing furniture for a maximalist space, look for pieces with interesting shapes, textures, and details. Don't be afraid to incorporate statement pieces, such as a dramatic four-poster bed or an oversized armoire. These pieces will add a sense of grandeur and personality to your space. Remember, you're not going for a showroom look. You're creating a space that reflects your unique style. Accessories are the jewelry of a maximalist space. They add personality, whimsy, and pops of color. Don't be afraid to go overboard with accessories. Group together collections of objects that you love, such as vintage books, ceramic vases, or travel souvenirs. These collections will add a sense of history and personality to your space. When arranging furniture and accessories, think about creating vignettes. These are small groupings of objects that tell a story or evoke a particular mood. For example, you could create a vignette on your coffee table with a stack of books, a vase of fresh flowers, and a scented candle. These little details will make your space feel more personal and inviting. Let's step into a few spaces that embody the spirit of maximalism. Imagine a grand living room with walls adorned in a lush botanical wallpaper. The wallpaper sets the stage for a symphony of colors and patterns. A plush velvet sofa in a rich jewel tone anchors the room. It's adorned with an array of throw pillows in contrasting patterns and textures. In the dining room, a vintage dining table takes center stage. It's surrounded by an eclectic mix of chairs. Atop the table sits an array of mismatched china and crystal glasses. This creates a sense of playful elegance. A gallery wall of artwork and mirrors adds another layer of visual interest. Even a small bedroom can embrace the maximalist aesthetic. The key is to maximize vertical space. Consider a canopy bed draped in luxurious textiles. This creates a sense of intimacy and drama. Walls are adorned with a curated collection of artwork and tapestries. This adds personality and visual interest. These are just a few examples of how maximalism can transform different spaces. The key is to let your imagination run wild and have fun with it. Don't be afraid to experiment with different colors, patterns, textures, and styles until you create a space that feels uniquely you. You might think that maximalism is only for those with sprawling homes, but that's simply not true. Maximalism can be just as effective in small spaces. In fact, it can actually make a small space feel larger and more inviting. The key is to be strategic with your choices and to embrace vertical space. One of the best ways to maximize space in a small room is to use furniture that serves multiple purposes. For example, a storage ottoman can double as a coffee table or extra seating. A daybed can be used as both a sofa and a bed. Choose furniture with built-in storage to keep clutter at bay. Mirrors are a maximalist's best friend, especially in small spaces. They reflect light and make a room feel larger and brighter. Hang a large mirror on a wall opposite a window to create the illusion of more space. You can also use smaller mirrors to create vignettes and add visual interest. Don't be afraid to use bold colors and patterns in a small space. They can actually make the space feel more dynamic and energetic. If you're hesitant to use bold colors on the walls, try incorporating them through textiles, artwork, and accessories. You can always repaint if you change your mind. Vertical space is your best friend in a small room. Draw the eye upward with tall bookshelves, hanging plants, and artwork hung above eye level. This will create the illusion of height and make the space feel larger. Don't be afraid to go all the way to the ceiling. At its core, maximalism is about creating a space that reflects your unique personality and passions. It's about surrounding yourself with things that bring you joy and tell your story. Here are a few tips for adding personal touches to your maximalist space. Display your collections. Whether you collect vintage cameras, antique maps, or ceramic cats, find a way to display your treasures in your home. Group them together on shelves, in shadow boxes, or on a gallery wall. Incorporate textiles from your travels. Textiles are a wonderful way to add color, pattern, and texture to your space. They also serve as tangible reminders of your adventures. Drape a colorful throw blanket over the back of a sofa, use a vintage scarf as a table runner, or hang a tapestry on the wall. Frame your favorite photos and artwork. Personal photos and artwork add warmth and personality to any space. Create a gallery wall with a mix of framed photos, artwork, and other mementos. Bring in plants. Plants bring life and energy to any space. They also purify the air and create a sense of tranquility. Choose plants that thrive in your home's light conditions, and don't be afraid to mix and match different sizes and varieties. Don't be afraid to break the rules. There are no rules in maximalism. If you love something, find a way to incorporate it into your decor. The most important thing is to create a space that feels authentic to you. Maximalism is more than just a design trend. It's a celebration of individuality, self-expression, and the joy of surrounding yourself with things you love. It's about creating a space that is as unique and interesting as you are. So, embrace the bold, the beautiful, and the eclectic. Fill your home with color, pattern, texture, and personality. Let your maximalist flag fly. Remember, there are no rules in maximalism. The most important thing is to create a space that feels authentic to you. So, have fun with it. Experiment with different colors, patterns, textures, and styles until you find what brings you joy. Your home should be a reflection of your unique personality and style. It should be a place where you can relax, unwind, and be yourself. If you're ready to embrace the maximalist spirit, start by incorporating a few key pieces into your home. Gradually add more color, pattern, texture, and personality until you create a space that feels uniquely you. Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it. After all, your home should be a reflection of your own personal style. So go ahead, embrace the bold, the beautiful, and the eclectic. Let your maximalist flag fly.